So what happens when you lose everything? I mean, your job, your money, your whole reason for being. Today, we're diving into the powerful beginning of Andy Andrews' book, The Traveler's Gift. And it all starts with one man hitting absolute rock bottom before being thrown into a truly extraordinary journey.
I want you to meet David Ponder. He's 46 years old, and in this moment, his entire world is collapsing. This isn't just a bad day, you know? It's a feeling of complete and utter devastation. Wow, this quote from the book just cuts right to the heart of it, doesn't it? This isn't some temporary rough patch. For David, it feels like the end. Those three things, no job, no money, no purpose, they perfectly capture that crushing weight of his despair.
Okay, so how did he even get to this point? What was the event that kicked off this catastrophic tailspin? Well, it all started, as it so often does, with a single phone call. Think about it. For 23 years, David had this stable executive job. It was the bedrock his family was built on. Then bam, a hostile corporate buyout changes everything. In just a few hours, his entire career is just gone, wiped out. He's told to clean out his desk, and that's it. You know, losing the job is one thing, but it's that feeling of personal failure that's really eating him alive. He has to walk through his front door and face his wife, Ellen, and his daughter, Jenny, whose 12th birthday was literally yesterday. He feels like he's failed the two people who mean everything to him.
And you'd think, okay, losing a job of 23 years, that's gotta be rock bottom, right? Nope. For David Ponder, that was just the beginning of the fall. Let's fast forward 7 months, and we're gonna see how a terrible situation spirals into an absolute nightmare.
7 months. Can you imagine? That's 7 months of pounding the pavement, getting rejected over and over, and just watching hope dwindle. He's had to take a part-time job at a hardware store for less than minimum wage, and it's nowhere near enough. And the downward spiral, it's about to pick up speed.
And here it is, just the perfect storm of disaster. First, his daughter Jenny gets really sick and needs her tonsils out, an emergency surgery. That surgery costs $1,100 that they just don't have because their health insurance? Yeah, that was tied to his old job. Then, and this is the ultimate cruel twist, he gets a call from his worried wife at the hardware store, and his boss fires him on the spot for taking it. It's just one soul-crushing blow after another.
And this is it. This is the moment. All that pressure, all that feeling of failure and despair, it just becomes too much to bear. David gets in his car, and something inside of him just snaps.
So he's speeding away from the hardware store, away from his latest failure. But he's not going home. He's just driving. He pushes the accelerator down, harder and harder. 80, then 90 miles an hour on a slick, frozen road. He's become totally reckless, completely blind to the danger.
And this is his cry out to the universe. He's screaming, pounding the steering wheel, just raw, agonizing pain. And here's the critical moment. He's not in control anymore. He actually takes his hands off the wheel right as the car spins out on a patch of black ice. You hear the screech of tires. The car spins violently, slamming into a guardrail. And then, just silence. Everything goes black. The absolute chaos of the crash just vanishes into nothing.
But, you see, this isn't the end. It is the beginning of something truly impossible. David wakes up, but he's not in a hospital. He's not in his wrecked car. He wakes up somewhere else entirely.
That's the first thought that flickers in his mind. And nothing makes any sense. The freezing cold is gone. That smell of gasoline and twisted metal, gone. Every single one of his senses is telling him that something is completely, utterly wrong. Yeah, this really lays out the total disconnect, right? Just seconds ago, he was freezing to death on an icy highway in the middle of winter. Now, he's in a warm, humid room and he's looking out a window at green grass. And he's not alone. There's a man with white hair and round glasses sitting at a desk nearby. The stranger finally tells him where he is. Potsdam, Germany. And the date? It's July 24th, 1945, right after the end of World War II in Europe. And the man himself, get this, it's none other than the President of the United States, Harry S. Truman. David has somehow, impossibly, traveled through time. So when a completely shocked David asks why this is happening to him, Truman gives him this incredible explanation. This wasn't just some random car crash. No, it's a mission. He's been chosen to journey through history, to meet all these famous figures, and to collect their wisdom.
And so we leave David Ponder right here at the very beginning of this unbelievable journey. And it really brings us to the central question of the whole story, doesn't it? What if the answers to our problems today are actually hidden in the wisdom of the past? It's a pretty powerful idea to think about.